Well, hello everybody. We are here tonight in the studio with none other than Rodney, Cowboy, Rohrig, and I guess, well, we'll let him tell it.
Well, Roy, I appreciate you having me on, brother, and I look for good things from this website you have, this podcast, but you kind of messed up my name. My name is actually Cowboy with a capital K. It's KOWBOI. Why lie? I like it, that's why. Because I'm from OHIO. There you go. Now you know. From the 614 by run the 740. I haven't did security for a man by the name of David Allen Coe. So you know I ain't no hoe. Oh.
All right. So, I guess I fucked up.
It's okay, man. It's all good, brother.
It's all good?
It's all good, man. We're family, dude.
That's right.
We're family, man.
See, that's what I like. I like being family.
Brother, all day.
All day, bro.
All day, man.
We got Cowboy here in the studio tonight.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
We are going to talk about some ridiculous shit, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, I got some good stories for you, man. I got some good stories.
Yeah, before it's over, it's going to get crazy. So, what I'll do is I will start you out right off the rip. 4 bands, all locals. And then when we get back, we're going to talk shit with Cowboy with a K.
That's right. Capital K.
Capital K. Now, I know on here, Black Sasquatch, Ted nailed me. He got me right on it. I put Black Sasquatch Believe, but it's not. It's Ode to the Grassman. So I'm going to apologize to Black Sasquatch. It seems like I'm on a roll of fucking shit up. So we just keep it going. But we got Black Sasquatch with Ode to the Grassman.
Oh, yeah.
It's real mellow, real cool, man. I love it. Audio side with Sun Up to Sundown, real groovy. So High with the Equestrians.
I love those guys.
Yeah, them guys rock, dude. SJ was on Hemp Wizard's podcast today, and that was one of the songs that Mike from Hemp Wizard said that he really enjoyed from So High was Equestrians. And then we got Sour Blood with Never Again, and they got some shows coming up. So if you want to find out when, just go to Lincoln County Metalhead's Facebook page. Check it out. We have all the shows that we know of right now listed. If you are in a band and you're going to be doing a show anywhere in Ohio, it doesn't matter, anywhere in Ohio, West Virginia, I mean, right around the surrounding territory, send it to me or send it to Anthony. I prefer you send it to Anthony. And we will get it posted out there for you so that people will be aware of what's going on. So, here's Black Sasquatch, Audio Side, So High, and Sour Blood, and then we'll be back with perplexing questions for Cowboy.
grassman, a blur of movement, a dash of light, a second survival, a boost from a log. The grassman, he walks. The grassman can talk. The grassman can see. Gonna make it believe. Oh, to the grassman, a track in the gravel, a toe in the mud, a hair on barbed wire, a clue in the fold. The grassman, he walks. The grassman can talk. The grassman can see. Gonna make it believe. The grassman can dream. The grassman can feel. Oh, the grassman is real. take a ride. Gonna get a cowgirl. Gonna take a ride.
everybody, this is KOWBOI from Licking County Metalhead, and I'm excited to tell you about Shamrock Printing, located right here in Newark, Ohio. Shamrock Printing can provide all your office or business printing needs. They can print stationery, business cards, or even just make a few copies if that's what you need. They also provide screen printing for t-shirts, hats, stickers, banners, and a whole lot more. Just contact any of the helpful staff at Shamrock Printing, located 82 South 3rd Street, Newark, Ohio, or by phone at 740-349-2244. Tell them KOWBOI sent you.
Hemp Wizard products are proudly used by former New England Patriots linebacker Brandon Spikes, Suicide Silence guitarist Mark Haleman, Canadian actor Jackson Rowe, Mr. Grimm and Noctis the drummers of Walking Corpse Syndrome, guitarist and vocalist Bub Heaston and bassist Ted Wilson of Black Sasquatch, guitarist and vocalist Adam Hines of Fester, Aaron Witzel guitarist of Cropsy Maniac, KOWBOI host of the Licking County Metalheads podcast, Crash Fistfight and Maxine Maxwell host of the Musicians Hangout podcast, Jeff Towlinski host of the Hard Rockin' Sports Show. You too can give your beard the magic touch and treat your skin to the finest. Visit hempwizard.net today and use code 20OFF to save 20% off of your entire order.
We're back. We are here tonight with none other than KOWBOI
What's up? How you guys doing today?
with a K.
With a K, capital K, baby.
With a K, baby.
KOWBOI. I like it.
I stand corrected, man. I apologize for that.
It's okay, man. It's
but
all
that's
good.
just ignorance. That's ignorance on my part.
It's all good, man. We all make mistakes. We're human, bro.
Yeah. So, what
I make mistakes all the time.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, goddamn. We did. We wouldn't learn nothing, would we?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a question I want to ask you here. We'll start off.
All right, well, shoot away, man. I'm here. What's up?
What was the best concert ever? Or let's stop. The best event ever that you worked security for. What was the best one ever?
Wow, man, that's...
I'm going to say you've been doing it for so long, it's going to be hard to fucking choose.
It's a hard one, but the one that sticks out in my mind is I have a thing for Terry Clark. If you don't know who Terry Clark is, she's a country music singer. When she hit the network or whatever, she was the only country female artist to wear a cowboy hat. And when she did, every other cowgirl started wearing a cowboy hat. And oh my God, I love a girl in a cowboy hat.
He has a thing for her.
So that would be Neon in the Lights at Clays Park up in Canal Fulton, Ohio. That's every year. It's called Neon Lights. They bring out the 90s country artists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
it's
the
kind of a
90s artists.
decadal thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they do like Sammy Kershaw, Clay Walker, Terry Clark, Neil McCoy. Neil McCoy. Oh my God, I love Neil McCoy. He is a true Texan.
Now he's been around for a while.
Yeah, he is a Texan.
Yeah.
He's a really cool guy. So people like that. So yeah, that's one of my coolest concerts. Is Neon in the Lights up in Canal Fulton, Ohio.
Okay. What? I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. What was 1964?
For $20, I'll take
take Roy's Dumb for 20. Who was the best, or who was the most famous celebrity musician? Let's just categorize it, musician that you ever got to work with.
Oh man, that's easy. Actually, I fanboyed him. I couldn't believe I did it. I fanboyed him. So you guys check out my hat. This hat I have here is from Joe Atkins, or Joe Bouncer.
Okay.
He gave me this hat straight out of his closet. So this hat is straight out of the 90s. Now, for country people that like rock, can kind of guess this hat is like a Garth Brooks hat.
Right.
It's the way Garth Brooks used to wear back in the 90s.
Man in Black.
So when he played 7 shows at the Shot, that is the person I got to meet. But my buddy didn't want to. He didn't think he was going to meet Garth Brooks, but I seen Garth Brooks up on stage doing sound rehearsal, and they never pulled us into the Bull at the Schottenstein Center. And I was like, we're going to get to meet Garth Brooks. But I was so worried about my buddy being with me to meet Garth Brooks. Before I knew it, Garth Brooks was in my feet. He was like right to shake my hand.
Oh, fuck
So he shook out his hand for me to shake, and I was like, he's like, Garth Brooks, and I was like, Garth Brooks, and he's like, that's my name too. And my buddy's like, really, cowboy? You just fanboy Garth Brooks. And I was like, damn it, fuck.
That's funny now.
God damn.
That's funny now. Garth Brooks, well, nice to meet you.
So I'd say Garth Brooks.
Okay.
Also, I have something you guys will. Some people don't know this, but this is kind of a thing that he might deny if he's ever asked it. But I actually took somebody you guys all know. I took his man card. At either, I can't remember if it was Rock on the Range. It was either the last Rock on the Range or the first Sonic Temple. But I think somebody knows. Have you ever heard of a guy named Rob Zombie?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of Rob Zombie?
Yeah, I saw him.
So we were getting ready to take him off stage, and so I was getting ready to take him off stage, and there's this really hot woman backstage. So I walk up to her, and I politely say, excuse me, ma'am, and I touched her. I said, excuse me, ma'am, can you please back up? We're about to bring Rob off. The idiot that I am, I did not know that was his wife. So next thing I know, and Brandon Seymour from 8 Pounds of Pressure, he loves this story. So I got this Beetlejuice looking motherfucker. And I say, can I cuss on my podcast? I don't know if I can cuss on a podcast.
You can cuss whatever you want, man.
All right, so I got this Beetlejuice looking motherfucker poking me in the chest. And Rock on the Range for you rockers is awesome. Security, it's your 4th day, you're hot, you're wet, it sucks. You're like, you done caught like a 40 you guys or a million you guys for 4 days. You're just ready to go home. So I got this Beetlejuice looking motherfucker poking me in the chest. So I take my hand and I pull it from my chest. I'm like, that'll be enough of that. And when I do, you can just see I took his man card. And he goes, you don't know who I am. I'm Rob Zombie. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't know you was Rob Zombie. Nice to meet you. And I'm sorry, I meant no disrespect to your wife or whoever.
She's in the fucking way.
I didn't know. And he's like, and you can tell he's pissed. But there's nothing he can do because I just took his man card. So he turns around to go stomp off. And my buddy behind me is dying laughing. And he goes, and you can hear Rob as he's walking off, that motherfucker didn't know that I'm Rob motherfucking Zombie. What the fuck? And my buddy's back there laughing. He walks up to me and says, Cowboy, do you know what you just did? And I said, I probably just got fired is what I probably just did. And he's like, no, you just made Rob Zombie go write another 20 movies and probably another 100 songs. And then, not this year, but last year at Rock on Incarceration Festival, when Rob Zombie was the headliner, my buddy put me down by the stage, like almost close enough for the artist to see. And Rob kept looking down and looking back at the crowd, and I could tell he was trying to figure out where he
I've seen that motherfucker somewhere. That's funny.
So that's one of my cool stories.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, but I didn't know who he was. I mean, sometimes I don't know who these artists are. If I see them out in public, I'm just like you guys are.
Well, you're hired to do a job.
Yeah.
You're not hired to recognize. You're just hired to keep people safe and shit.
Oh, yeah. That's the key thing right there. I try to keep people safe.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really understand that. Sometimes a lot of new security guys don't understand that. They think they're there to beat people up and toss them out, but they don't realize
they think they're cops.
Yeah, they're weekend warrior cops, but they don't realize they're for the safety of the venue, then the artist, and then the customers. Because honestly, without the customers coming in, we don't have a job.
Yeah. Well, there's a time to step up. I mean, everybody has had those moments. It's work security. I worked security for 8 years for Longaberger.
Okay.
And I worked in the guard shack and the front desk and roamed around the old Trimway Mansion down there. Was a security guard down there for a while. And shit. And every once in a while, you have to man up and say, "Hey, man, get the fuck out of here," or we're going to tussle or whatever. And then I have more boring nights than I ever had exciting nights.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I haven't got to work the gigs you have. To me, that's a free concert.
Man.
It's not a job that night because I'm getting to hear, whoever.
Well, some people think that I take it for granted, but I don't. Like believe it or not, I know that every weekend I have is somebody's year, and I'm blessed like that. And the reason I'm blessed is because I have people that we kind of started a thing. We really didn't mean to. Well, it wasn't really meant to get started, but we just started it. We call it helping the next man up. So, like, if I get promoted somewhere and I'm at a good spot, I try to bring all the good people with me,
Right.
and then so forth. And someday we're all going to be. We started like the one song. I forget what rapper sings it. We started from the bottom, but now we're here.
Yeah.
So it's all about helping the next person up.
Well, and it's just like being in a band. It really, I mean, about any job that you work with multiple people, you can compare it to like being in a band. If you're all working together and doing a good job, you're a well-oiled, awesome machine.
Oh yeah.
And you have a lot of good times.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what the other person's thinking, what they're going to do, and it's just like security. You want a team of guys and girls. I forgot.
Don't forget the girls.
Yeah, I can't forget the girls that want to work together for a common goal. And if there's trouble, you want to be able to look at this guy and him say, "Oh, Cowboy wants me to do this. He needs me to come over here," or with just a look, a look, or a, well, like Marine Corps. You've been in the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah.
You have.
Well, it's funny you say that. So when I used to be the head security at King of Clubs, my security staff asked me to always make sure on the bigger concerts wear like a bright hat or a white hat. That way they could watch me, because they knew if I was going into a crowd, I wasn't just going into a crowd to see what was up. There was something going on, so they kept an eye on me, and that's because I had a good team around me. They always watched what I was doing, and they was always there, like Johnny on the spot.
See, like you said, and help the next man up.
Yes, sir.
That will make that next man up be more. I won't say loyal to you, but more apt to work in conjunction with you on a different level. Than some plunky off the street that just wants to wave a wand. You know what I mean? Nothing to the wand wavers. Goddamn, don't fucking threaten me on Facebook and hit me with your goddamn wand. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Is Chris and Jay still the the guys that do the door at King of Clubs?
Last time I was there, I think there was a difference. I think there was different guys, man. I think there's been some movement within. Our duties have been.
I got you. You're saying,
yeah,
like Chris and Jay, look out for Roy. He says that about the Wanders.
Yeah,
give him the TSH.
Beep.
Think he's on the weapon. Tackle him.
They know what I'm smuggling in. They ain't a gun or a knife. They know, Roy's here.
Black Swatch is in the house.
Yeah, it's gonna be smoky outside.
Damn skunks.
Exactly. So. But I mean, I have to admit, man, since the King of Clubs opened, I have had a blast there. I mean, it really has been, I want to say, kind of a real good save from the COVID. I mean, he come in perfect. I mean, he couldn't have timed that any better to come in there and get going full swing and get things going. And he prospered when a lot of places were locking doors.
Oh yeah, it was a struggle. Don't worry, it was a struggle. But yeah, Rick is a real cool guy, and even though I'm not longer there at the King Clubs, I still have mad love for him and respect. A lot of my family still works there. I can say there's guys' family from the Melinda and everybody in the kitchen.
I love Melinda.
To Gary Jr. Foster. He's the one that actually recruited me for the King Clubs, because I don't know if everybody knows, but I was running 4 bars downtown Columbus, hating life. Just hating life, and he gave me a call, and he kept bringing up the King Clubs, and then I called Rick, which I didn't know it was, so I never knew Rick's real name. I always called him Q.
Yeah.
So when I called him, I was like, "Hey, this is Rodney Rohrig. They call me Cowboy." He's like, "Cowboy, Rick Wolf, Q-Ball," and I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "Thursday. You start Thursday, and this is Wednesday night." And I was like, "Oh shit, man. I got to find a replacement." I'm running 4 bars downtown Columbus. And he was like, I was like, "Can I wear the cowboy hat?" And he's like, "Dude, if you're not wearing the cowboy hat, I'm kicking your ass." And I was like, "That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's awesome." But I always have mad respect for Rick, and I always have much love for Rick. And Angie, can't forget about Angie.
Yeah. She's a sweetheart, man.
She's a sweetheart.
She really is. She always makes sure that she says, "Hey, You know, how you doing? And I tell you what, you see her ass buzzing around her just like the servers, just like the bartenders.
And also,
she's right in the damn mix serving people
yeah.
and getting drinks and shit. It's not like, you know, her and Rick sat back and, you know, gawk and make sure you start spitting orders. They're in there right in the goddamn mix.
Oh yeah, they're in the mix.
Yeah.
And you know, and I also support can clubs and always have much love for the can clubs, even though I'm not there. But it's a good place to go. Food's really good, and the atmosphere is really good too.
For sure, man.
Yeah, I always have love for the can clubs. They'll always be a part of me.
I never get in trouble there.
I bet not. Huh?
I don't. People don't even know I'm there. If it's warm and there's a stool out at that back table, it's like I never even went.
I got you. Also, I wanted to thank Anthony too. I know Anthony couldn't be here tonight. I know he's at a concert at the Can Clubs. But
Speaking of,
he saved me a couple of times. I don't know if you noticed or not, but he was a member of the security team. He kept asking me to have a job, and some people were like, "Dude, that dude is so short." But I said, "Man, he's got a good heart." Plus, he's an EMT, and they're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "He's an EMT. That means you get fucked up, he can put you back together."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What?" I go, "He's an EMT. Put you back together. That's the best person to have on your staff." Shit.
yeah, you get stabbed and picks you up.
But he was really Johnny on the spot. Like every time there was an issue or I was dealing with something, he was like the first one there when he was working. But he will tell you he does not like confetti. You have to ask him about confetti one day.
Had to sweep it up, did he?
Yeah. He's like, "Where's the vacuum?" And I pointed at him. I was like, "Don't worry, I'm getting the broom too. I'll help you." But
That's funny.
But yeah, ask him about the confetti.
Yeah, it's funny.
So much love, Amp. Thank you much.
Yeah, I hope you're having fun, buddy. Well, let's go into some more music, man. And
Who we got up next?
we got. Let me look. We got Everfelt. Now this is. Remember I was telling you a band in Illinois that I'm made a video for there.
Oh yeah.
This is them guys. Everfelt, man. There is a lot of different styles infused into their music, but they put it together very good. And I cannot wait till they get some real studio time and really put a song together, because it's going to rock. It's just really going to rock.
I got you, man.
And I'm not saying that you don't now, guys, but I just think when you get a clean studio version of your shit, you're gonna amaze yourself. And that's the truth. And then I got Primatera with De-Evolution. These guys are going to be a little heavy.
Okay.
Humanitarian Death Squad, Dead Man Studios.
All right.
The guy that owns that, I want to call him Sherman Williams, but it's not. Benjamin Moore. The paint throws me.
I got you.
Anyway, sorry, Ben. Man, I love you, bro.
Much love, though. We still got much love for you.
Yeah. Humanitarian Death Squad. That's a group of guys that are getting together to do this project, which is pretty awesome. And then I got Scarthia or something. Anyway, it's Scarthia, all one word, with Bloodlust. So we got Everfelt, Into the Fire, Primatera, De-Evolution, Humanitarian Death Squad, Memories Undone, and Scarthia with Bloodlust. And then we'll be back to talk about the worst shit he ever had to deal with. So, have a good one. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't touch it. We are back in the studio with Cowboy. Oh, fuck. About hung myself. About hit my own cord there.
Clear.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So we are back in here with Cowboy tonight.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to talk on the worst show you ever had to work.
Oh.
And why was
man.
it the worst show you ever worked?
That's easy. That is easy, man. That is easy.
I only done 4,000. I got that.
I got that, man. So, the worst show I ever done is Playboy Bacardi.
Playboy Bacardi.
He's a rapper, but he doesn't like to be seen. So this was at Nationwide Arena. I think it was last year. So apparently So this is about having good people around you and having good people setting you up before you take a show. So apparently they didn't set up they had to fog up the stage so you can't see him. Well, no one decided to check out the airflow of Nationwide Arena. So you watched all that fog just suck up into the ventilation. So someone goes, maybe we should turn that off.
Yeah.
But it was the worst concert I ever worked. It sounded, first of all, you couldn't see him. And second of all, it sounded like a T-Rex because all you heard was, rah, 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 rah. And at one point, one of the openers, now I get people like to lip sing or sing along or backtrack or whatever they call it. But at least be into your song when you're singing it. Don't be having a conversation with the DJ with your microphone like way out of reach.
Right.
At least
Finishing the song.
pretend.
Right.
You know, play the part. You know, they're there to see you and give the fans what they want. I mean, if you can't sing, that's fine. Lip sing it, but at least give it your all. Don't be discussing with your DJ buddy what you're doing after the show because these guys just paid $100, $150 to see you. And they probably saved up. They worked a lot of overtime.
Oh, yeah. People
to see you, and you just do them that way. And drove hours and hours. I mean,
that last show we were at, The Artist Murder, I talked to a gentleman and a lady outside, and they drove all the way from Cincinnati up there just to see KOWBOI Khan.
Okay.
And I thought, man, that it would have to be Slayer or somebody like that for me to even consider driving to Cincinnati to see him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm a lazy old fuck anymore.
Well, no, I'm right there with you, man. I'm a big Hank Jr. fan. Everybody knows that I love Hank Jr. And
I thought you said Kenny G. I was like, whoa, cut.
Who booked this guy?
What the fuck?
Cowboy, really? But no, so I love Hank Jr., but honestly, if he's not playing in Ohio within maybe an hour drive, I'm not going to go see him.
Yeah.
I'll wait till he gets a little closer.
I just don't
Still
travel.
love you, Hank.
If I'm going to spend hours on the road, I'm going to Myrtle Beach or somewhere, you know. I'm not going.
I'm right there with you, brother.
So going somewhere warm.
I did drive down too. I didn't drive. I kind of rode. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but last year I did another milestone for myself. So I started bouncing in California when I was in the Marine Corps. And so this summer with LCS Security, we went down and did Rockville out on Daytona 500. It was actually at the Daytona 500 Speedway. And I got to do that. So I've actually got to bounce or do security coast to coast.
Well, now, what was your MOS in the Marine Corps?
Believe it or not, you're going to laugh at this, but
No, I never.
you're going to laugh at this. This is funny shit. So a lot of people don't realize anything in the civilian world they have in the military world.
Right.
So the base I was at, after I did all my training, because I'm a killer, this is my war face. So I used to be an excellent football player. I was never all-state or anything like that, but I set records at Groveport High School for most sacks in the game, most sacks in the season. But so I played football. So for the first year in the Marine Corps at the fleet, I played football.
Oh, hell yeah.
So then after I got beat out, then I was an aviation supply clerk. So I was a 6672.
6672.
And then yesterday, my nephew called me out of the blue and he says, Uncle Rodney, I joined the Marine Corps. And I said, you did what? He says, I'm going to do the family tradition thing. I'm going to join the Marine Corps. And I was like, are you sure there's not another better idea for you to do?
Yeah.
But no, he's going to be a Marine, so I'm kind of proud of that. And we talked, and so he is doing it for all the right reasons. And I'm proud of him, and super fly.
Yeah. My boy Jordy that comes to all the shows with me, I bring my own body protection. And he spent 2 years in vocational school to be a diesel mechanic, and 2 years in college. Worked on trains and dozers, everything. Comes out. Well, I think I want to be a personal trainer. After 4 years of schooling, goes to school for 2 more years to be a dietitian and a personal trainer. Decides he wants to be a professional weightlifter. Okay. And then comes up to me out of the blue one day and he says, I'm going to join the Army. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Where did that come from? You know, and shit like that. So he went to the Army for 3 years. Got, did his time. He was a combat engineer. And he did that because he liked to blow shit up. That's what he said. I like to blow shit up, which
I can see that.
I can see being honest. I mean, he's an honest guy. And then he gets out of the Army, gets a divorce, moves back to High. You know what he's done? He's working on fucking trucks. Took him 8 years to get back to doing what he wanted to do when he was in the 11th grade in high school.
Well, it takes some people a long time to figure out what they want to do. I mean, you can lead the old saying is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So all you can do is be supportive, and that's why I tried to tell my nephew. I said, pick a career that you could use when you get out of the Marine Corps, because you might not stay full 20. Like I did 7.5, and everybody's like, how the hell did you do 7.5? And I probably did a lot more, but a sergeant major got into it, and unfortunately for me, his underwear was in the Corps longer than I have been. So I seen the sign on the wall. But so he's going to learn how to build bombs and how to take them down, I guess, or disarm them, so he can come out and get a job being a bomb squad. Technician. So that's kind of, I was like, okay.
It's all right cool if you don't lose your head over it.
I know, right? But first he was like, I would be infantry, and I was like, dude, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
I don't want to see moving target.
Yeah, I don't want to see you come home in a body bag.
Yeah, moving target. That's all you are in the infantry, man.
But I was, so when I was in the Marine Corps, I did do 7.5 years. I did 4 years active, and I did 3.5 reserve, and I was with Lima Company. But God was looking out for me, so I got out right before they went over to Iraq, because anybody knows anything about the Marines and the reserves, Lima Company was the hardest hit.
Dude, they lost so fucking many.
So I lost a lot of brothers and sisters. And even though you can't see my tattoos, I do have a tattoo on my arm that says, because I'm a big Hank Jr. fan, and I also like Hank the Third. And I got a tattoo of kind of like Hank the Third, but it's also kind of a tribute to the brothers and sisters I lost in Lima Company. Oh, yeah. So many prayers to those guys and gals.
They got hit fucking hard.
Yeah, they got hit hard.
I remember that. That was like a fucking major thing in Ohio, man.
Yeah.
It just is sad. I mean, it's sad any of them do it. Any of them lose their life to do that. I mean, because it's a volunteer army.
Yeah.
So you're volunteering to go in and be a moving target, pretty much, And anybody that's got the balls to do that, you got my vote, man. Just, do your... If you got balls enough to join, stick it out.
Well, it also teaches you, too, like I know I can do anything I put my mind to. Like, if I put my mind to it, I know I can do it. So, it did do that for me.
It's awesome, man. Cool.
Plus, it made me learn how to stand my ground, so I stand my ground a little bit better now because of that.
Yeah, that's one thing my boy said, too, man. He said, of all the shit that happened in the Army that I really didn't like, all the 100-mile hikes and spending time in the swamps and shit like that, He said, of all that, he said, it did teach me a lot of self-confidence, how to carry myself, and how not to be intimidated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he liked that because he I don't want to say he was an odd kid, but he was very quiet, laid back, did what Jordan wanted to do, fuck everybody else, did what Jordan wanted to do, and he had his interests and he stuck with them. And my other boy, Anthony, he is very, not aggressive, but from the time he wakes up, he hits the floor, puts his boots on, and he's fixing something, doing something, digging something, He works from daylight till dark every day.
That's cool.
And busts his ass.
Well, I don't tell a lot of people this. I mean, a lot of people might think different of me now since they know that I played the first year in the Marine Corps. I played football, and I was also aviation supply clerk. So in the Marines, we don't have like people that come and guard our stuff, guard our warehouses, or guard where we're at. We actually have to do it to ourselves. And up to about 3 years ago, I finally came. Maybe it was a little longer than that, but a lot of people don't know this about me. But I actually took 4 lives while I was in, and that's something I have to live with every day. But and I finally come to terms with that because I was like, if they wouldn't have done what they did, I wouldn't have had to do what I had to do and what I was trained to do. But I have to say this, being the 21-year-old versus the 51-year-old that I am. Believe it or not, I am 51. But probably the 51-year-old in me probably wouldn't have took that shot. But the 21-year-old in me in the Marine Corps, that's what I was trained to do. I mean, it's just like that. Like I can do stuff that was instilled in me in the Marine Corps, and that was what I was trained to do. And if something triggers that, that's what I do because that's the way I was trained, and that's the way they program you.
You said it right. Programming.
Yeah.
The way they program you. So, well, awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's do some more songs.
Oh yeah. Who we got next?
We got Termination Force with Target Locked.
Hey, perfect.
Right on line.
Yeah, there you go, man.
You can't beat that.
This was meant to be. This was meant to be.
Yeah. I got Two Freaks with The Casualty.
Oh shit, 2 freaks.
2 in a row.
You left me hanging.
And then Lamari with Requiem and Rotting Empire, Years Without Sunlight.
Huh.
Kind of.
I'm glad you got some of these guys. I might see some of these guys at Incarceration Festival, and also Sonic Temple's back, so you guys will see the legendary Cowboy at both of those events.
Right on. All right. We'll be right back with more from KOWBOI with a K.
Capital K.
Capital. Lower K. God damn it. See ya.
The sickening plan is set to begin. Ready to roll our head for the cause. Consider the fate, your crooked wind, but you don't care who you reach in the end. You're straight up shit and killing us all. This will be the casualty of falling in line.
Well, hello everybody. This is Rohrig from Licking County Metalhead, and I'm excited to tell you about Shamrock Printing, located right here in Newark, Ohio. Shamrock Printing can provide all your office or business printing needs. They can print stationery, business cards, or even just make a few copies if that's what you need. They also provide screen printing for t-shirts, hats, stickers, banners, and a whole lot more. Just contact any of the helpful staff at Shamrock Printing, located 82 South 3rd Street, Newark, Ohio, or by phone at 740-349-2244. Tell them Roy Boy sent you.
Hemp Wizard products are proudly used by former New England Patriots linebacker Brandon Spikes, Suicide Silence guitarist Mark Hillman, Canadian actor Jackson Rowe, Mr. Grimm and Noctis the drummers of Walking Corpse Syndrome, guitarist and vocalist Bub Heaston and bassist Ted Wilson of Black Sasquatch, guitarist and vocalist Adam Hines of Fester, Aaron Witzel, guitarist of Cropsy Maniac, Roy Boy, host of the Licking County Metalheads podcast, Crash Fistfight and Maxine Maxwell, host of the Musicians Hangout podcast, Jeff Towlinski, host of the Hard Rockin' Sports Show. You too can give your beard the magic touch and treat your skin to the finest. Visit hempwizard.net today and use code 20OFF to save 20% off of your entire order.
We are back. With Cowboy with a capital K.
That's right, capital K.
Capital K. Gotta get it right, Roy. This is. I never fucked
Man,
up
I'm
so
so
much
excited.
in my life. Only other two fuck ups I had this bad were divorces. Actually, the marriage was the mistake, not the divorce. The divorce was a cure. Expensive, but it's worth it. Tell me you wouldn't pay for a cancer cure if you could. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that's just like, woman, divorce is like cancer being healed. You feel so much better about yourself after they're gone.
I can't speak too much on that. I've never been married. I've been close. I've been like, we booked the wedding, picked out the colors, and picked up the invitations. I think we mailed them. I don't know. I'm not sure we mailed invitations or not. But something in my head said, don't do it.
You're not going to believe this, dude. I was dating a girl, dated her 5 years, bought her the ring. We had the church booked, the vacation, the honeymoon booked, cake ordered, hall rented, band hired, invitations out, the whole 9 yards. I think it was Knights of Columbus building was going to be rented out, man. I had all that shit laid out, man. And I got fired from a job, went home and told her, and she broke up with me.
Damn.
And we was like 3 weeks from the fucking date. So that's weird that that's happened to you. Look, I got to point that way to point at you.
Well, you know what I said? You know what ended why we didn't get married? I asked the person showing us the church. Sorry, my voice is cracking. I asked the person that was showing us the church. I asked her, I said, just in case I change my mind, where is the back door? And
Pissed her off.
the girl I was getting ready to marry went the fuck off on me. She beat me all the way to the truck, and she got me home because she drove. She got me home, and I said, I can't marry you because you're too abusive.
You're a hostile.
Yeah, she flipped the fuck out. I was like, I'm looking out for both of us. That was a question you didn't want to ask, so I asked it. You know me, cowboy. I always ask the questions nobody else wants to ask.
My first marriage, I set up on this church had a parking lot down by the church, and then up on the hill there was one.
Uh-huh.
I sat up there and drank a bottle of Jack Daniels with my best man before the wedding.
Okay.
Went into church, and we had to go back and talk to the preacher one-on-one before the wedding. And I come in there smelling like fucking Jack Daniels and marijuana, and fucking shit. And he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "Oh, And then 8 years later, I was like, "That fucker was right." Of all people to give me good advice, a preacher.
Hey, you never know.
Yep. Well, you don't know. And I got 2 beautiful kids out of it.
There you go.
So I mean, really, it isn't all bad. Just costly.
Well, I'm with you there. I'm a breeder. I never got married, but I got 3 baby mamas and I got 4 kids.
Regular stud. Old stud horse over here.
Back in the day. Back in the day.
Yeah, now just out to pasture.
Some days.
Old sway back, old mule out there in the field. Just.
Yeah, some days, some days I wonder why I still do this, but it's funny is, with anything, getting old, you get certain things that hurt on you and stuff like that, but it just seems like, people are like, "Cowboy, how do you do it?" And I say, well, it's because I'm in the car. That's Rodney. Once I put the cowboy hat on, put the security shirt on, I just become the world's greatest bouncer.
Yeah.
I'm the world's greatest security. I just went into my wrestling mode.
Yeah. You know who brought that to my attention? Don Rush from Audio Side. I was talking to him,
Oh, I love Don.
And he's a dynamic front man.
Oh, yeah.
He's always moving, always dancing, clenching his fist, just releasing, you know what I mean? And I was talking to him one time. I go out there every once in a while at his studio or lab. He calls it the lab.
The lab.
Makes me wonder what kind of fucking scientific shit's going on out there. Yeah. But no, he
knows what Don.
But he's a content creator. I mean, he's really really good at what he does. And I was talking to him, and I said, to come out here and sit with you and hang out. You're just laid back and calm, and we talk about the world's problems, and we both decided we have meetings on one of these days. One of us is going to find out how to sit at home and make money, and that's like trying to conquer the world, But and I said, but when you're on stage, you're dynamic. I said, you're just. And he said when you walk in the door, if you're playing that venue, when you get to the door, you check the everyday Don Rush. And once you get through that door, you are the rock star Don Rush. And I never thought of that. I'm just the same old boring motherfucker everywhere I go. You come here and see me, I'm the same guy you're going to see at the bar. Same guy you'd run into at the mall. Well, not at the mall. I don't fucking mall. But anywhere out, you're going to run into the same guy every time.
Yeah, I was about to say, where's a mall around here?
We still got one. There's a cinnamon roll joint, a Taco Bell. And,
I only been out here once to buy a Mustang.
Yeah.
And I still didn't know where the hell I was at.
I think our end mall, there's a pretzel shop, a cinnamon bun shop, and a place to get a fucking soda.
So, hey guys, to be honest, Roy does have a really, really nice studio here. But
I appreciate it, man.
I thought I was a country boy until I did the drive out here, and I circled his place like 4 times because anybody knows me, I can't see well at night. But anyway, so I circled his place 4 times. But on the way out here, I'm like, where in the fuck is this motherfucker sending me? Am I in Cambridge? Where the hell am I?
You keep going.
Am I in West Virginia? Where's the gas station at? And then I was like, oh shit, did I hear a pig squeal? Did I hear a banjo? Fuck!
Come here, boy.
You got a pretty mouth.
Let's get back in the back.
Taters. I like taters.
See, I can still take my kids out behind the woodshed.
And he's got one because I passed it 4 times.
Got 2 of them. Got 2 of them. Had way too many kids. Well, Cowboy, give us an instance where you worked at a show, and it was just a feel-good. Something happened, and it was just a feel-good show. Just one of the shows where you was like happy to be there, or you met somebody special, or changed their life, or anything like that.
Oh man, well, I mean that's a lot of shows that I felt that way, just because I don't look at people as customers. I look at you as family. I'm there to protect my family, and I look at all you guys, even though you guys are customers or fans, and I just met you for the first time or whatever. I treat you all like family and try to give you all respect and stuff. But honestly, one of the coolest guys I've ever met, believe it or not, he actually goes to kid clubs all the time, and some people might know him, but if you don't know him, look him up. His name is Charlie Bont III. He used to be with Moccasin Creek, and he'll probably hate that I said that, but he was with Moccasin Creek. But Charlie is a really cool dude. He's really laid back. You wouldn't even know he was in the room. But I noticed him one day at the can clubs, and I remember him from Alarosa. He played a couple of times for Mary out at Alarosa, and I miss that old lady. And she used to make me smile. But honestly, I can't really pick one. But as far as a person goes, I'd say Charlie Bonnet, and also SJ from, or is it? I always mess up his name.
So high.
Yeah. Him and one of his band members, they actually got me a cowboy hat, and I forgot to grab it on my way out here, but they drove clear from Wellston to my little neck of the woods in Canal Winchester and brought me a hat that they had made. And no band has ever done that, made something specially for me. It says Cowboy on the back, and they spelled it with a K.
Fuckers. Leave it up to them guys to get it right.
But I guess S.A. can spell. But yeah, so those guys are kind of special. Also, 8 Pounds of Pressure. Brandon and them, believe it or not, I used to book shows. I booked a show for a girl that had lupus out at Screaming Willie's back in the day. And even though 8 Pounds of Pressure is a big name band around here, they actually went on first that day. They actually played 2 shows. So they played that show, then they drove down to either Cleveland or Canton for another show. And those guys, they're like my brothers. I love all of them. I got a running joke with Roman because I never could remember Roman's name, so he was always the other guy.
The other guitar player, that other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
That's funny.
So yeah, so Brandon and them always have a special place in my heart. They're brothers from a different mother.
They were, I think, the first or second band that we ever did a interview with at a show.
Okay.
When we first started, we would try to corner them, and get an interview with them. And I believe it was Rob, the bass player.
Oh.
That motherfucker's funny as hell, dude. He is funny as hell.
Do you know he used to be a DJ at QFM? I think it was QFM 96. I think he used to be a DJ. He used to be a DJ. I can't remember what radio station, but he used to be a DJ.
Yeah, I love that dude, man. He's funny.
He cracks me up.
And Roman is such a...
That's the other guy.
That's it.
The other guy. The other guy.
He's his guitar style. I love his guitar style because he's so good, but he makes it look like he's bored. Roman, it just looks, and he's up there. I mean, there's times he gets into it. Don't get me wrong. They put on a show, but he just makes it look like he's brushing his teeth. You know what I mean? Just like something that he's done every day, 3 times a day for fucking 20 years. And Brandon, of course, is just...
Brandon's awesome, man. I love that dude, man. We know each other a long time. Actually, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but Brandon came to me one day. I guess 8 Pounds of Pressure was kind of a point where they were like, they weren't doing a lot of shows, so he was thinking about doing some extra money. So he came to me one night out at a smoking patio at the K Clubs and said, Cowboy, what do you think about me bouncing? And I was doing security here, and I was like, dude, I'll take you, man. I mean, you're a good-sized guy, you know. I never underestimate anybody. It's always the person that when you do that, that's the person who usually kicks your ass.
Yeah, it's a guy that's going to run you around the room.
So, yeah, I booked him. I think the first show he did was I want to say it was the Eagles tribute band that we had at the Can Clubs.
Hotel Cal.
And I guess he caused a stir because they put him at the steps, and I guess there was a backup at the steps because he was actually at the steps checking people for VIP bracelets. and they were excited. I couldn't believe that Brandon from 8 Pounds of Pressure, the lead singer, was doing
Collecting
security.
tickets. Poor guy.
And that's happened one other time. I don't know if you guys know who FJ Outlaw is. He's a rapper that's going he's got a TikTok song called he goes I'm from the trailer park. You can tell by the way I walk and the way I talk. And I bet $100 I can whoop your ass. And he's a really cool dude. Him and his wife are really cool people. Rich Regal had him out at Mikey's there in Chillicothe, Ohio. And we were talking to FJ. And FJ's like, I used to work security, but I didn't last very long. And so I took my shirt off, and I gave him my shirt. He put his shirt on. And the first couple people were like, they didn't know what to do because here's the headliner out there wanting people. And I think he said something. I forget what he said. He said something that was really funny, but I think it had something to do with eggs, like the price of eggs or something. But it was really cool to have some people like that. So big shout out to FJ Outlaw. So check his music out too if you don't know who he is. Check him out. And also, don't forget Rich Regal of Modified Tattoos. There in if you're from there, it's Lancaster. Or Lancaster. If you're not from there, it's Lancaster. Just like where we're at, Newark. Newark, Ohio.
I'll tell you what's fucked up about Newark is we have a Newark address with a Heath zip code.
See, I get this confused all the time.
That fucks shit up for UPS, dude.
I bet it does.
They would deliver my packages over in Newark town on South 4th. There's a South 4th over there. But this is 4th Street Southeast, not South 4th. And they would be like, I wouldn't get my package. So I would call them up, where's my package? Well, we delivered it. Then they would give me the address. I said, well, you just gave some gangster over in downtown Newark a free fucking VCR. Go get it. You know?
I can see that. I always get, believe it or not, I used to do the same thing. Every time I was dating a girl in Newark or Heath, I always get lost. Like, I think I'm here. I'm like, no, you're in Heath. Or no, you're in Newark. I'm like, what?
Yep.
But yeah.
You can argue with people. They say, well, I put the zip code in, it comes up Heath. I said, well, I'm going to tell you something right now. When I put the shit on my letters, it says Newark. So you better put Newark or you're going to send a time slip to somebody else.
Well, you already found out I'm bad with directions, even if I got a map.
We got you, man. We got you.
But it was nice of Roy to stand outside in the freezing cold today to wave me down. Right here, cowboy here. You see me? I see you. You see me?
I will stop at nothing to secure my guests.
It's awesome, guys.
So, well, cool, man. Let's get back into some more music.
All right, who we got next?
We got 84.
Okay.
With Take Me Away. These guys are getting going. Hopefully they'll get some more music. They're looking to play book shows. So get a hold of 84. Go to Facebook. 84 Band.
Can't Clubs.
Get on
Can't
there.
Clubs. Can't Clubs.
Get with it, man. These guys, I'm pretty sure these guys are the kind of guys that would play a funeral if the money was right. And I don't blame them. You know? What are you going to do? Get up and leave?
Well, you know,
but
the thing I found out, because I used to book a couple, when I did that benefit show for the lady that had lupus out at Screaming Willie's, I found out rock bands, man, I love rock bands because you book one, you get two. You get two, you get four, because somebody always wants to open for somebody. So that's another love I have for rock bands.
Somebody holding on to that coattail.
Yeah, they just want to play, man. You guys just want to play. I love you guys. Thank you for just wanting to play.
That's it, man. That's why I look at, like, when I see a band and somebody says, well, man, they suck. I say, well, they do. They might suck. But they're up there giving it hell. What are you doing? Standing here talking to me about how they suck.
Well, you know what's funny you say that is, believe it or not, even in country music, the top 10 or the top 5 country music artists or bands that are the number one bands right now today around here in Central Ohio, when they first started playing, they all suck too.
Oh, yeah.
But now they're good. Why? Because they practice. And one thing I love to hear from an artist is I always try to do better than the last time I took the stage. When I hear an artist say that, I will book you a million times. A million times is because I know that the next time you take the stage, you're going to be better than the last time you was. And it's paid true it's paid true.
Well, that's like like I said, Ted Wilson, the bass player for Black Sauce was. Me and him, he comes out here and hangs out with me, and we talk about music and booking shows and different things like that, And I've got to see them since the first time, they played on stage, and they have gotten progressively better. And I can say that for quite a few bands. Some bands don't ever get better. Some bands just fucking suck.
Well, you know what?
But they're getting up there and they're giving it hell and everything. And I told Ted one day, I said, well, you guys have been getting, a hell of a lot better. And he just said, well, if I ain't, I need to quit.
Well, gotcha.
And that's kind of true,
Well, one thing I ask bands, too, is because bands always reach out to me for help. Like, Cowboy, how can I get in this place? Or Cowboy, how can I get in that place? First thing I ask them is, how far do you want to go? Do you want to be local famous? Or do you want to be a big star? Because that's the kind of work you got to put in. Like, it's okay. I mean, if you want to be local famous, home every night with your family and friends, I totally get that. Especially being in the Marine Corps and being away from my family over the holidays and stuff. I totally get that. And that's awesome that you want to just be local famous. But if you want to be the big next thing, there's stuff you have to do. You got to put the work in. You got to put the sacrifice in. And some of the bands have done that. That's why they're the number one bands. And they just keep at it. And you just got to keep at it and keep doing better the next time you're out. A couple of bands that were like that. They're probably going to kill me for saying their name, but I'm going to give them a shout out. That's actually Terry Douglas. Go check out Terry Douglas. Band, he's really awesome. He gets better every time I see him. He's got one of the best set lists for country music in Central Ohio. And he's also he's nationally artist now because I guess he plays North Carolina and he plays Ohio and I think he plays Pittsburgh too. But you have to go to his website, see where he's playing at next. And of course, my boy Bim Strauser from I forgot the name of his band. Oh, Silverado Band. They're a really good band, and they actually own Hunter Street Saloon there in Logan, Ohio, which I'll be out there at the 25th doing a Rich Regal show. So make sure you go out there and check us out.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to play some more music, and
All right,
when we get back, I'm going to ask Cowboy with a K.
That's right, capital.
A question that he won't see coming.
Oh, shit.
And we'll get a little bit of discussion out of this, I have a feeling.
Uh-oh.
So we got 84 with Take Me Away. Beyond Neptune, these guys are coming up with some new stuff.
I've heard of them. I think I've heard that band before.
Yeah, they're really good, dude. They are really good. Cryptic with Girl Scout Cookies. I don't know much of what they're doing now, but they was one of the heavy favorites before the pandemic.
Okay.
And I think, just like everything else, pandemic fucking throws people off, man. It was something we didn't see coming.
That's true. That is very true.
And that's Cryptic with Girl Scout Cookies, and then Icona Bear with Down in the Graveyard.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Roy, can I do something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Hey, I'm sure Roy probably agrees with me on this. I want to send my prayers and much love out to East Palestine for the train wreck that happened out there. And I know that it's probably going to affect us here somehow around here because everything's always seems like it's connected in Ohio. But mostly I want to show much love and prayers out to those guys and folks out there at Palestine.
No doubt, man. They
sucks.
They got fucked.
And they're still getting fucked.
Yeah. So, all right, man. We'll be back after this with a weird question.
damn shallow, so insecure. Emotions hollow, you're never sure. I wake up at the same time every day, pass by the same damn cars on the freeway. But that's how life is on this endly line. You don't have time to think, but all you have is time. All you have is time.
Now with these plain, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign, ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire.
Sacrificial lambs transfixed by the words of life. lay here underneath the surface. Something comes up and makes me feel nervous. Strikes fear without a purpose, making me wonder now if it's really worth this. Deep pain, where do I begin? Never knowing when or how it's gonna end. Regain sanity within, ever growing insecurity again. A worn heart, feeling as it drops, sinking down below. The fear it never stops. Torn apart, I'm always breaking down, but constantly I'm falling till I hit the ground. How could you do this? Just leave me on my own. I will be drowning in my sorrow. My mind is broken into little pieces. I remain. What comes tomorrow? Will I be the same? Stay near, right beneath the surface. It always comes up and makes me feel nervous. My fear that I had no purpose, making me wonder now if I'm really worthless. Insane, feel it grow within, never knowing why I choose to pretend. Deep pain, it comes back again, leaving me to fight the sin stuck within. A worn heart, feel it as it drops, sinking down below. The fear it never stops. Torn apart, I'm always breaking down, but constantly I'm falling till I hit the ground. How could you do this? Just leave me on my own. I will be drowning in my sorrow. My mind is broken into little pieces. I remain. But come tomorrow, will I be the same? Be the same. How could you do this? Just leave me right here on my own. I will be drowning in my sorrow. My mind is shattered into little pieces. I remain. But come tomorrow, I won't be the same. Be the
This motherfucker dishes this shit out. It's called Down in the Graveyard.
All right. Chuck Gans from Beyond Neptune said, we'll definitely have something new to send you very soon. Thank you for the compliment. Anytime, bro. You guys rock. I've known you guys, listen to your music for a long time. I actually have stuff from way back. I just don't play it because a couple times I played old stuff and got yelled at for it. You know, I wasn't the drummer on that one, or I wasn't the guitar player on that one. So, you know, rather than say fuck off, I just don't play it. So, we're here with KOWBOI tonight. We're getting ready to go into our last 4 songs and conclude the show here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like it does. It's been over 2 hours, man. It don't seem like it just goes like that.
It's been fun, man. It's been fun.
Man.
I don't get to see I don't get to say a lot of things or do a lot of things for the first time, and this is the first time we get to do a podcast. And thank you guys for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, dude, Anthony. To be quite honest with you, man, Anthony come to me and he said, "Hey, we ought to get KOWBOI on the show." And I have a fucking one-track mind, and I said, "Well, what the fuck would I talk to him about?"
I know, right? What KOWBOI now?
Yeah, what? Well, I mean, we're 100% rock and metal. You know what I mean? Not security related or anything like that. You know. So when he first presented it to me, I was like, "What the fuck would I even talk to him about?" I don't want to bring you on here and ask you questions. You'd be like, "I don't fucking know. I'm a security guard," you know. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. He's the security guard. He's got some shit to say.
I got some stories.
Yeah, and then I come around on it. So to be honest, I wasn't for it at first, and then I got to thinking, well, you know, we have bands in here all the time. We got the stage perspective down. Let's get the in front of the stage, at the door, and then somebody told me you had worked security for all these fucking years, man. I'm like, oh,
30 plus years, brother. 30
this
plus years.
motherfucker's got some shit to say.
Coast to coast.
So I booked you, and then Anthony's like, "Oh, I got a show that night." I was like, "Well, too bad."
I'll come back. So if you need me to come back, I'll definitely come back.
Now you know what the drill is.
I do. I love it, man. I'll come back anytime you want.
And
me
we
to.
will. We'll have a part 2. We got. To be honest, this is episode 9. I usually do a season that's 15 episodes. So we got Dead Silent next week. Will be episode 10. I got 5 weeks left.
I got you.
Five podcasts left before we start take a break, because I'm trying to time it out so when the podcasts are done, it's time to get the Harley out.
I got
for a while, you know what I mean?
You know what? Honestly, this is just an idea I throw at you. Maybe you should bring me in, like maybe after Silent Temple, or maybe after Incarceration Festival. Yeah. And we'll talk about what happened, and if I fucked anybody up, or did I save anybody, or I got fucked up by somebody. I'm looking for somebody who owns this fucking shoe. Who owns this shoe?
You got the glass slipper.
Who did this to me? Who did this to me? Who did this?
Who wore Nikes?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on here, man.
Oh, no,
I really do, and I just wanted to be honest with you at first.
That's cool, brother.
I wasn't keen. And then you know, Anthony just kept saying, "Look, dude, motherfucker can tell you some shit." And
I got some stories, man. I got some stories.
And we'll get you on here, and we'll tell more of them.
I got you.
Now we got to meet you. And, you know, I mean, well, I met you at the shows before, give you shit, but that's what we're here for. We're here to have a good time, give each other a little bit of shit. Can't take a joke, shut the fuck up.
I know, right? Life's too short.
It's the way it is, man.
Yeah, life's too short.
But what I wanted to ask you, and this is a field that I'm very interested in. And I had to waste the white people on here last week, and they're interested in it. And I gave you an idea that maybe the last segment of every show, when we have the guests on here, I'll ask them what they feel like. But what do you feel like all the hubbub around the UFO sightings, with the military seeing them and shit like that? How do you feel about that? Or do you believe that there's possibly other life out there? Or do you don't give a fuck?
Well, dude, I don't know if you noticed the Marine Corps sticker, but
yeah,
I'm a believer, man. Actually, I was stationed in California. So that was my first duty station, was Tustin, California. And I was actually assigned to, this is kind of ironic. So 2 places I bounced and did security at. in California was actually in movies. So the first place I ever bounced out, it was in the movie for Roadhouse, where the guy that owns Double Deuce goes and gets Patrick Swayze to bounce at Double Deuce. That was actually called the Cowboy Boogie, and that was in Anaheim, California. And it had a big chandelier saddle for like the disco ball.
Right.
And so that's the first place I bounced at. The second place I did kind of security at was for the Black Knights of El Toro.
Okay.
And that was actually Independence Day. That was the squadron that Will Smith was attached to that shoots down the spacecraft. That was the Black Knights. That's a real squadron. I think they're in San Diego now, but they used to be in El Toro, which is right around the corner from Tustin. So anyway, yes, I do believe in UFOs, and I do believe Men in Black, and I believe in ghosts, and I believe in Bigfoot. So yeah, there's aliens out there. Actually, we might be aliens. I mean, nobody knows. And I watch a lot of TikTok, and I used to be just a country boy, believed what I was told, but TikTok and being open-minded, especially working like doing rap shows, doing rock shows. You know, even though I'm a country boy, I do a lot of other things besides just country shows. And I probably could just do country shows. I could say, fuck it, I'm just going to do nothing but country shows. But that keeps me simple-minded. And even though I'm 51 years old, I try to keep an open mind. And I don't mind hearing something for the first time. Like I said, I don't get to do a lot of things for the first time being 51. And I don't know about you, Roy, but you get older, there's a lot of times you can't say you did good things for the first time. Yeah, we've seen some shit, definitely. But I believe there's UFOs, and they're just letting us know, hey, we're here. I think they're saying, hey, you can't hide us anymore, we're here. And they might be just testing us. They might want to see how powerful our rocket was, that our missile was that took them down. But what I was trying to get at, so I was attached to the Black Knights of El Toro. There, I ran into a couple of pilots that actually been to and out of Area 51. So yeah, I definitely believe in UFOs, and hell, we might be aliens ourselves. We've just been here for a long fucking time.
I tell you what, we are aliens, because if you think about it, if they're from another planet, they're aliens to us.
That's true.
If they're out there and we're from another planet, we're aliens to them.
Gotcha.
So we're all fucking just a bunch of fucking aliens.
But you know what? I think once the truth comes out and people finally realize that, hey, I think it'll be a good thing. They might show us some shit. Hopefully they don't come down here with an attitude. Hopefully they come down here and they just want to get to know us and show us some things, and we'll show them some things. And
straighten our asses out.
Hopefully, yeah.
Get rid of the idiots. Of course.
You know it, right? But hey, I just want to say it's been a pleasure being on your show. I'm glad you decided to have me on the show. And like I said, I'd be more than happy to come back anytime. I have a blast. And plus, I like the country. Maybe it'll be a little bit warmer. Get to see a little more of the country air. Maybe I'll smell some cow shit or something.
Well, next time, if it's warmer. Excuse me.
It's okay, brother.
Next time, if it's warmer, you have to come out a little earlier, and then we'll have some brats and
okay, cool.
Some grub. I actually failed you tonight because the last few weeks my wife has been fixing cheese trays and chip trays and subs and stuff for the guests. But
it's okay, man. I'm good, man.
We had our granddaughter tonight, and our son was here, and
it's all good, man.
We fucking ran behind, so.
Sorry, I appreciate you just being on your show, man. And
I appreciate you being here, man. It, like I say, it turned out so fucking
better than you thought, huh?
Oh my god. Well, you know, I just had to think. I'm all about. Be honest with you, man. I'm 100% about the bands and the music.
I got you.
I want to be what I often say is possibly a stepping stone in a band's climb to the top. You know, I would love for a band to make it and say, you know what, man. So glad Roy and them fucking shared our music, played our music, had us on their show, you know, and things like that. And that's what makes me feel good. I don't need a bunch of money to do this. I don't need attaboys, but it's nice when you get them, you know.
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate you. I can definitely feel you on that.
And I'm glad you come on, man.
Well, I heard some new bands tonight I never heard of before, but there were some bands I knew that I knew, and I was like, yeah, I like those guys. I've heard of that band, especially being, working Rock the Range, Sonic Temple, Incarceration Festival, and Rockville down in Florida. So I've heard some of the band's names, but it's finally good to hear some new bands that I never heard before. So
See, this stuff comes from all over the world. I mean, I played bands tonight from Germany and Sweden and Norway and Mexico and Venezuela. And lately, to be honest, the local bands aren't putting out that much new stuff. I would rather play a majority of local bands, but if I don't have the music, I can't play it.
Well, you had one of my favorites, and you didn't even know it, man. Yeah, it's So High, man. I love So High.
Oh, I love So High, man. They're some good cats, and they've been really good to me. This soundboard I have here that I'm using tonight.
Okay.
That was a Christmas gift from SJ.
Oh man, love him.
The
man.
one I had blew up, and I had to cancel the podcast.
Wow.
Until I could, I'm a poor guy. I had to cancel until I could get a new one. And Christmas Eve, he called me on the phone and said, "Look outside your front door." And when I did, there was a big box there. And he said, "Merry Christmas." And to be quite honest with you, I teared up because nobody...
It's all right, man. Those big guys can cry, too.
Nobody, including my mother, had ever fucking got me anything that meant so much.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
Well, I mean, it's just because I was new in this. I was trying to get out there, man, and starting to get followers. I think we were just over 1,000 followers in. And I was like, man, dude, this is a hell of a time. We had momentum. And it was a boom. Fucking dead in the water. And I was like really fucking bummed about it and shit. And a good soundboard like that costs $300-400.
Oh, yeah.
And when he did that, man, I was like, fuck, dude, this could not happen at a better time. And we got basically, that was the key to getting all this going again.
You got a hell of a sound system here, man. You got a hell of a studio. It's a real nice studio here.
I'll pick up a little bit.
He's really out in BFE, guys. I mean, I'm from the country. This motherfucker is the country.
Ted Wilson from Black Sasquatch helped me get my power unit for my stereo.
Cool.
And my subwoofers. I got these speakers off of a cousin of mine, real cheap. Had to replace the tweeters, but the deal couldn't pass it up. So everything in here, to me, has a little bit of meaning behind it.
That's awesome, man.
I got it for somebody that was important and pertinent in continuing to do what we do.
Gotcha.
And you better get me some ratings.
No, well, you know what? You're not alone on the whole, like, what the fuck is a podcast? Metalheads of Licking County, what the hell are they going to talk to you about? Of all people, you, Cowboy, what the fuck you know about metal or rock or anything like that?
Oh, man, I've seen you at several, 100 metal shows.
Oh, yeah, I mean, well, it's like this. If you ever see me working a different show, so I work Kimba and Newport, so I do keep an open mind. So if you see me, I might not understand what people are saying or singing, but if you see me bobbing my head, that means I like the music. Because I don't bob my head to anything. But if you see me bobbing my head or a big smile on my face, well, I always have a big smile on my face. But if you see me bobbing my head, that means I like their music. Because I do listen to that. I listen to the guitar players. I watch the drummers. And, and I pay attention to how much movement the lead singer has on stage. So believe it or not, being in security, I do see a lot. But I do appreciate you having me on. But you wasn't alone. There was probably about 10 other people who was like, what the fuck are they going to talk to you about? So it's all good, brother. It's all good.
Well, this helped me get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
And get to enjoy, you tell me the stories. I got a pretty good imagination, I can try to put it together. It sounds really cool. And from the sounds of things, you got a hell of a lot more.
Oh, man, I'm not slowing down. Like I said, we were talking about people dying because I lost an aunt a couple weeks ago. And cancer took her, and cancer is a hell of a thing. It's just one of those diseases they haven't figured out how to cure yet. But I think when they find me, it'll be like Cowboy's never late, or he never misses a show with a no call, no show. Where in the fuck is he? And that's when they'll know. But I plan on doing it as long as I can, and you never know where you might see me at. I always wear the cowboy hat, so if you see somebody and you think it's me, don't hesitate to come over and say hello to me, because if anything, maybe I'll give you a handshake. If I think you're kin and I like you like a brother or love you like a brother, right, I'll give you a big hug. No matter how manly we are, I'll give you a big hug, and we'll take a picture or something, and it'll be memorable. So,
but if you vape inside or crowd surf, you're gone.
That's right, man. No crowd surfing. I don't like crowd surfers. Do that at Incarceration Festival, rock on the Rockville and Sonic Temple, but don't do that at the Inside Show.
I used
Security
to-
guys hate that.
I used to have your speech down, man. I used to have that
Can
fucker
we do it one
down.
more time?
It's just funny.
Welcome to the Can of Clubs.
Yeah,
We have 2 rules around here: no smoking inside the club and no crowd surfing.
that's right.
But you can mosh as long as your little heart desires, and you can smoke anything you want as long as you do it outside.
If you knock
Keyword
someone
is
down, help them up.
Yeah, and be courteous to your moshers. Make sure you pick the next person up.
Right on, man.
Something like that.
Awesome, man.
But thank you. I love you guys, and thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem, man. It's fucking awesome. We're gonna finish out with 9 Mile Silence, Ghost,
Oh,
X Factor 1.
oh, yeah, X Factor 1. Sweet.
Yeah,
That's another favorite band of mine.
We the people. Another So High live from Buzzbin up in Canton, Ohio.
All right.
This is the night. There's a story behind this, and I just saw SJ in town a few days ago, so it made me think about him. But this concert here that we went to, I was actually headed up to Canton to Buzzbin with Ted and them guys from Black Sasquatch. They were playing that night. Ted's truck broke down that was hauling the trailer. So they had to go clear back to Zanesville, get Ted's other truck, make
shit.
arrangements for that truck to get towed,
Wow.
rehook the trailer up, and we was all standing out there. It was 1,000,000 degrees outside, and all at once, here comes So High's bus past us, like that. Well, I was like, well, there goes So High. Well, next thing you know, here they come back. So they actually come back, saw us come back, and the girl driving the bus was like, I thought that was your beard. So me and Dan actually got to, from Muskingum County Metalheads, actually got to ride up to that show on the bus with So High and drink beer.
Awesome, man.
So that worked out.
It's cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, I
so,
love SJ, man. And also, you believe it or not, I've seen Ghost. I've seen Ghost at least 3 times, and I really like Ghost. I like Ghost a lot. So yeah.
But we got 9 Mile Silence with Ghost, X Factor 1 with We the
KOWBOI
People.
the house.
Yeah. So High with Sock Monkey live at Buzzbin. And then
SJ.
Mike Wiseman, the hemp wizard himself, Cropsy Maniac with Call to Cropsy. And Mike, if you talk to them guys, I need some new music from them. So
Hey, we love you, SJ. You're a hell of a guy, man. Keep being you, brother.
that's right, man. Thanks, Cowboy, for coming, man, all
Hey,
this
thanks
way.
for having me, man.
Now you know it's a
Hey,
hell
we're
of a
brothers,
ride.
man. We've always been brothers. I don't know if you know that or not. Always
Right on,
love you
bro.
guys and respect you guys a lot, man.
Yeah,
Always
we
have a
will.
good time when you guys come to the club.
Always have fun, man.
Always had fun, man.
So, all right, boys. We'll see you next week. Tomorrow, if you're listening today, tomorrow, if you're driving in your car and you want to listen to the audio version, I will be posting on Spotify, this episode on Spotify tomorrow.
Give me some love so you can come back.
Check it out. That's right.
Give Cowboy some love.
If he don't get the goddamn views, he's gone. No. We'll see you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome,
Cowboy.
thank you. And that's Cowboy with a capital K.
That's right. And you know what's ironic? It is Cowboy and Roy Boy.
There you go.
All 6 letters. Peace out, guys. We love you, man.
Love you guys.
Creeping shadows crawling across my window, whisper secrets of
Yeah, come buy our shit. Yes, we got dick pics. We got dick pics.
Of the divided states of America. These are the signs of the times, where every truth is a lie. These are the signs of the times. I fucking had enough. I think I'll start them all. More of this, more of that. Really like the sound of that. I want it now. I want it now, now, now. More of this, more of that. Give yourself a heart attack. You'll never meet another human contradiction like I do. But I'll try to deny it. You want it easy. I like to fight. I guess I just like the taste of blood in my mouth. Yo, let it go. You're never gonna change it. Don't try to put the blame on me. Yo, let it go. Certified psycho. Menace to society. Build it up, break it down, light it up, burn it down. Burn it down. It's all the fucking same to me. Build it up, break it down, light it up, burn it down. Burn it down. It's all the fucking same to me. You'll never meet another human contradiction like I am. But I'll try to deny it. You want it easy. I like to fight. I guess I just like the taste of blood in my mouth. Yo, let it go. You're never gonna change it. Don't try to put the blame on me. Yo, let it go. Certified psycho. Menace to society. Yo, let it go. You're never gonna change it. Don't try to put the blame on me. Yo, let it go. Certified psycho. Menace to society.
The face was white, body gray, and every night I would say, give me mine, give me mine, give me mine some monkey, give me mine, give me mine, give me mine some monkey, give me mine, give me mine some monkey, give me mine, give me mine.
Now, the church life just won't go. I thought that girl could come in handy, but they don't seem to understand me. When I'm feeling hot, I've got to make it stop. I'm popping in the sock, oh yeah. Woo! I'm in love with my sock, la 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 la. I'm in love with my Sakoki. La 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 la. They can see what they can see. Blinded by hyperbole. You feel that's just a picture. She said, "What is me, you little bitches?" When I'm feeling hot, I've got to make it stop. I pop it in the sock. Oh yeah. I'm in love with my Sakoki. La 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 la. I'm in love with my Sakoki. La 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 la. Gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta do what I gotta do.
Wow. I'm in love with my psycho. La 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 la. I'm in love with my psycho. La 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 la. I'm in love with my psycho. La 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 la.
Look out where you're going, punk. Trying to break your legs, huh? I'm gonna twist your head off. I'm gonna tell you just one more time. Stay away from my girl. You understand that? Huh? What are you staring at? Fucking weirdo, huh? Look, I'm warning you. If I even get you looking at me, I'm gonna tear you up so bad, your own mother will recognize you. Okay? Right now, he's out there watching, waiting. So don't look. He'll see you. Don't breathe. He'll hear you. Don't move. You're dead.